Hi, how you doing? This is Dr. Ryanello at North Iowa Wellness Center, and I'm sitting here with Janet. And Janet and I have known each other since November. And it's kind of an interesting thing because we actually met on the phone. Janet is a student in Boston, and she's a collegiate athlete. And I've been treating her mom for a number of years, and her mother called me one day and was telling me her daughter was not feeling well. So Janet and I started on the phone, and we started talking. And why don't we start off with what was going on with you? Why did you call me and look for help? What was going on?
Well, basically, it was going on for a while throughout the entire winter. I run track, and usually I have such a high energy level, and I'm really, really strong. I'm on scholarship there, so my coaches expect a lot from me. I expect a lot from myself, and I was just exhausted all the time. My energy level was totally down. I physically could not wake up in the morning for my lifting sessions, and practice in the afternoon was nearly impossible unless I had coffee on my way to practice. I was always injured. That was another big red flag for me. Um, I had tendonitis and tendinosis in 4 different parts of my body, just constant injury and constant. Um, I was just incapable of performing to any level that I even kind of wanted to. So I had high
Which is a real
expectations,
shock
but
when you're a collegiate athlete
right.
and all of a sudden you can't even work out anymore.
Yeah,
Very scary.
it was. I would meet with my coaches and tell them I knew something was wrong, and even they were like, we don't know what to do with you. I've never seen this happen before. They were just so surprised, as was I. And I had a bunch of testing done. I had my hormones checked through blood testing. I tested for anemia. Everything was normal. My thyroid was normal. The only thing that did come up on the blood test was my testosterone was a little high. So my doctor told me at school that maybe I had polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that just was odd to me because I didn't really have any symptoms of it except the fact that I was having trouble losing weight, and I was having some excess hair growth, which is abnormal for me, and I just didn't feel like myself. So that was when the the doctor that was treating me didn't really change. I mean, not that it was her fault, but nothing really got better. So that's
This
when
was
I
a medical
turned to
approach, right?
right.
Right.
It was with medicine.
Right. So what happened was I spoke with Janet, and she was obviously very upset, and she was very concerned, and she was at a loss because she had kind of not gotten anywhere with the doctors. So as she talked with me further, now the issue for me was I couldn't physically check her. I had to work on the phone with her. So what we did is we spent probably about an hour talking about nutrition, and I felt that she was not eating enough protein. You know, somebody like this who trains every day of their life, they need to eat huge amounts of protein, and they need good quality food. And she was definitely not eating enough protein. So one of the first things we did is we had her start looking at what she was eating. We had her increase her protein. And then what I recommended, because I couldn't physically examine her in nutrition response testing, I took a more traditional approach. I said, you know, we're going to send out a saliva test, and I think your adrenals are crashing. And interestingly enough, the saliva test picked up on what nobody else picked up on. So when I got the saliva test results back, I prepared a report. I had her mom come in and sit with me. I had Janet on the phone. And basically, without ever examining her, I could see that her adrenals were crashing, and I put her on an adrenal support program, knowing that I wouldn't be able to work with her until May, when she came home after school. So what happened when you went on the adrenal program that I put you on?
I was starting to feel a little bit better, but not significant enough where I thought that that would be the end of it and that would be enough for me to just go about my exercise and whatnot. So that was when we came here, and me and my mom, and Dr. Ainello evaluated me and suggested nutritional response testing. So obviously he evaluated my whole body, and I had a number of problems.
If I could show you the number of weakness in her, I think almost every organ and glandular system was crashing. I mean, we can laugh about it now, and I promised her back in May that we would be laughing about this in August, as long as she committed to a good solid 3 months with me. And she gave me 3 solid months, which is bringing us now to the end of August. And I said, Janet, if you just work with me and eat right and train while I have you for 3 months, I will completely turn you around. That by the time you go back to school, you'll be ready to rock and roll back on the track again. And sure enough, here we are,
Yeah.
3 months later. And very hard work from her. She ate and trained all summer. And she ate very clean, and she worked out clean, and she took all the supplements that she tested for. And we just did an exit exam because she's going back to school, and I won't see her till she comes back. Not any system was weak. I checked every single system, and I could not find weakness in any of them, which is exactly what we wanted.
Uh-huh.
So,
and it's crazy because coming from somebody who literally had to live off of coffee, I mean, I would wake up in the morning and you think everyone's tired at 7:30 a.m. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. It's normal. But I would be to the point where I was so dizzy, I couldn't even get out of bed to function. Like, it just wasn't an option. It was another level where I knew something was wrong. And as soon as I started this program, within a week to 2 weeks, excuse me, I felt better.
It's funny. You get to know people and you look at her. She doesn't look anything like what she looked when I met her. You remember, she was very dull and listless. She
had purple,
she had no color under her eyes. She looked very sick. I mean, she looked ill. And you could see she was not feeling well. And her whole demeanor was very flat. And, I mean, within a week of getting her on the proper nutrition, she came in, and you could see she just brightened right up. And people were telling you look different, too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people were noticing. I think
my
boyfriend was noticing. That was a plus for her. She had her boyfriend noticed how good she was. And your mom did, and your family, and your friends.
Yeah.
So with everything that we did.
And I lost weight, too.
Yes, you did.
I lost like 5 or 6 pounds.
Because your body worked better.
Yeah.
So what was the most astounding thing for you out of this whole experience? I mean, what was the most shocking thing for you that you didn't expect to feel or see? Like, what do you think? Because people, there are young girls out there like you working really hard in school, and they're not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like you, and they don't know what to do. So what was the most amazing thing that happened to you as a result of doing this?
Well, basically, I just never thought I would, in a million years, wake up before 9 a.m. without an alarm clock and be going, not even just awake for 12 hours, but I had enormous amounts of energy. I would just be able to wake up early, babysit or do whatever I had to do, work out extensively because of my workouts for track are pretty hard, and I still wouldn't go to bed until like 12, and then I would do it again the next day. I never thought I would be able to do that without a nap.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds crazy, but I used to have to nap every single day of my life, and it was just, that's kind of what really did it for me, just the energy level without coffee or any type of stimulant. Like, it's just felt amazing.
Great. So it's nice to feel good again, right?
Yeah.
Now, could you ever go back to feeling like that again?
No.
Good.
No.
See, that's a life change then. So point being is that you would never tolerate feeling that way again.
Yeah, no. I just wouldn't.
That's what I wanted you to get. So what happens is when somebody has this realization that, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to feel like this all the time. I know I would never tolerate not feeling good because I feel good every day.
Yeah, I didn't. I was even my roommates, like, I was in a bad mood all the time. To my best friends, I would just be like, guys, can you please stop talking? Like, I need to nap. And that's not normal. So I would just not be myself, and it's just awful.
I'm really proud of her. She made a really great transformation in 3 months. So we know that Janet's doing great, and we know she's going to continue to do well. I want to thank you for sitting down and sharing with us.
Thank you.
Remember, no matter what's going on in your life, when you do the right thing, your body can turn around. Congratulations, Janet. Best of luck and great luck in college, too.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.